Good morning. Um, I just wanted to give an opportunity for you to just wake up and realize a couple of things. If you're like me, you probably are thinking about your day already before before you even get out of bed. You probably are planning what are the things that you are going to accomplish today. What have you accomplished yesterday? You begin to start to just think of all these different things as they go through your mind of like, how do I prepare for this day? But in all your knowledge and all you're getting and all your preparation, have you planned on appreciating you? This is so important. We say that we appreciate ourselves by doing certain things like getting a breakfast or going to take a shower, or some of us even start with positive affirmations, which are great. But my question is, do you wake up with a sense of appreciation for yourself before you start those tools of appreciation? Before you start those tools of affirmation, do you wake up truly appreciating yourself? Not reflecting on the things that you've been through as an assessment of your worth, but understanding the things that you've been through are a testament of how great you are. So do you spend your time really sitting back appreciating you? Do you really spend your time appreciating you? How much energy are you giving to those who give you praise? This is so important because sometimes we equate praise with appraisal, and praise and appraisal are not the same thing. Because some people will praise you today and won't praise you tomorrow, but that doesn't negate your worth. You are still of value whether someone else sees it or not. But it gets a little challenging when you're the one who don't see the value within yourself. When you're the one that becomes codependent on the praise of others and think that your appraisal is experiencing some type of deficit because other people are not cheering you on. Do you wake up in the morning as a cheerleader for yourself? Do you wake up in the morning appreciative that, like, you know what? If nothing else goes right, I celebrate the fact that I am still me. Here's another thing that we have to start making sure we are separating things from. There are some people who say that they love you, they care about you, they're here for you, and they'll let you journey alone. They'll say, hey, I'm giving you the space to grow and to blossom, right? And then there are some people who will journey with you, but allow you the opportunity to still develop. They won't interject. They won't impose into your life. They will still be there journeying with you. Know the difference, because some people will leave you alone to your own devices, knowing that some of the habits that you have, though very successful, though very accomplished, and have turned out some good outcome, are still allowing you to go through certain things alone. And that's why you keep repeating these cycles, because they allow you to do certain things alone. And then people will say things like, well, you know how you are. No, connect with those who understand how you are, will still journey with you, but still will allow you the opportunity to develop. It's a difference. Journeying alone versus journeying in partnership, and knowing when to interject themselves or knowing when to rely support is key to a lot of things. The next thing is, what things are you praising that could be negative in your life? What doors have you left open to allow negative things to come into your life? What gifts are you still sitting on? No matter how many times you say, well, I'm going to pick up singing again. I'm going to pick up writing again. I'm going to pick up acting again. I'm going to pick up dancing again. I'm going to pick up all of these things. And you're not doing it. Why aren't you doing it? Are you sitting here saying that you got time? You don't have time? If you have time to make an excuse, you have time to do something about it. One of the key things that my doctor said to me last week that kind of blew my mind. She said, if you don't have time to be healthy, that means you're making time for sickness and illness. So if you don't have time to pursue your purpose, if you don't have time to live your life, the life that you were created for, you are making time for your own demise. You're making time for your own misery. You're making time for your own pain. In fact, you're giving people invitations to abuse you because you don't see the value in you. So we have to start looking at, if this is something, then that also means something. Whether you mean for it to happen or not, it still can happen. If you're on the defense, that means that somebody else is on the offense. So if I'm defending, somebody offended. Or if somebody's defending, I'm offending. So we have to get to this place where we realize that several things can exist at the same time, making all things true, whether you accept them or not. So the thing is, today, are you appreciating you? Are you spending time praising you? Are you spending time acknowledging all of the great things that you have going on? You know what I mean? Are you spending time truly valuing you? A lot of us are all about this. I'm goal setting and I'm planning for the future and I'm forecasting. But what about in this moment? Are you mentally, spiritually, and emotionally preparing yourself to pursue the task? Or do you pursue the task and then believe that that equates to your value? That's not true. You have to get to that place where as soon as you wake up in the morning, you're grateful. Not for any of your accomplishments, not grateful for any of that. Like, you know, people say, well, I'm grateful for having a roof over my head. I'm grateful for this. No, are you just grateful for you in this moment? Because these roofs are temporary. They are. A lot of these things are temporary and subject to change. A lot of us have faced some really bad things that we know that a lot of things are temporary. But can you, in that moment, just sit there and say, I appreciate me. I value me. And then if you want to add a checklist of things that you have accomplished that make you feel good, that's fine. But the part that we're missing is appreciating ourselves. Because if you start appreciating yourselves, the praises of others will come either as affirmation or confirmation. It won't be a surprise. It won't be like, oh, me? No, you already know. If you wake up in the morning embracing your dopeness, by the time somebody else say you dope, it's already affirming what you already knew. And then on those days where there's no one telling you how dope you are, you have told yourself as soon as you wake up in the morning. You have told yourself when you lay yourself down at night. You realize how dope you are continuously. So don't allow the praises of others to be your appraisal. Don't even give people the jurisdiction of thinking that you're less than if they don't come around, if they don't compliment you, if they don't do those things. Because you know what? Sometimes, and I say this a lot, your light is so bright, it casts out darkness, even in those you cherish the most. So sometimes you are excelling at such a fast rate that your light is removing the darkness from around you and is working on your behalf, and you think that you are alone, but you just can't see the other light rays that are walking with you, that are running with you, because they too are focused on being a greater light. And so the people that you are used to being around, the darkness or the dimness that usually is taking your light, that is usually being around, they are not around you right now. But it doesn't mean that you're alone, and it doesn't mean that you're not accomplishing things. You are very much accomplishing things. You are very much great. You are very much successful. It just feels alone because you are reaching new levels in your awesomeness. You are reaching new levels in your greatness. You are reaching new levels in your dopeness. And you don't need the validation of them to confirm your light. The fact that they can't see you lets you know that your light is shining bright enough right there. We got to get to that point when we okay with shining bright, because what happens a lot of times is if you dim in your light, you also dimming the network's light. The people that you're connected to, they might need that charge. You might need that charge to go to the next level, but for some strange reason, you're like, why is it like we're all stalling? Like, why is it that we all are not moving? And that's because you refuse to be the light that you are, that will regenerate that light, that will charge the other lights around you. And so people are sitting there waiting for you to shine, so not only that they can shine too, but they learn how to shine because they're walking with you. A lot of people are going to tell you now is not the time, or maybe you should look differently. But I'm going to be honest. A lot of you have been waiting too long. When is the appropriate time? You got these gifts. You got these talents. Why are you still sitting on them? You said, I'm going to wait on the perfect time 10 years ago. You said, I'm going to wait on the right time 20 years ago. You said, I'm going to wait on the right time 30 years ago. And the only thing that you're doing is losing time, and then you become frustrated. You leave organization after organization, church after church, ministry after ministry, friendship circle after friendship circle, network hub after network hub, because you keep saying that now is not the time, but you keep going to these other places that are not prepared for your light. You got to get to a place where you just be you. You got all of these gifts for a reason. These gifts are to propel you. These gifts are to thrust you into where you need to be. And I'm going to tell you another thing that you don't want to hear. You being selfish. You sit there and call it humility, but no, it's being selfish. People are dying because you refuse to be who you are supposed to be. You were created to fill a specific void in this world. You were created for that. And if you don't do what you're supposed to do, the world, the entire world, goes in lack because you are not doing what you were created to do. You keep making excuses, and every time you make excuses, someone is losing their breath because someone needs you to fulfill your role so they can fulfill their role. See, you don't understand how big this thing is. Everybody needs to do what everybody is called to do, because if everybody does their assignment, the world is balanced. You are allowing imbalances to happen not only in your network. Like, you're literally sitting there thinking like, well, this is only me. No. This is bigger than your bedroom. This is bigger than your household. This is bigger than your neighborhood. This is a global issue where people are not living in their assignment, what they are purposed to do. People need to hear your word. People need to hear the way that you process things, because it may help them decode other things. But we get caught up in these praises. We get caught up in these illusions of light, and we start to feel like we're not organic light. We have to change the way that we are processing things, and it starts with the appreciation. Because now, I'm going to tell you this. If you don't appreciate you, those praises are not truly helping you at all. You become dependent on those praises, and they begin to stagnate your movement. You have to wake up every morning appreciating you for being you. That's it. That's it. Appreciate you. Everything else is a bonus. But you got to be able to appreciate you. And I hope that you start today to activate everything that you've been sitting on. You're sitting here getting burned out on a job because you should be having your own job. You should be leading your own business. You should be leading people. You're experiencing burnout out of disobedience. You're experiencing burnout out of rebellion. And just because you're rebelling with a smile, or you have a peaceful protest with your purpose, that doesn't negate the fact that there is still a void, and there still is a total disrespect that you're doing to yourself. So stand up for what is right. Stand up for what is of value. Stand up for yourself. Appreciate yourself and be yourself, and make today and every day that you walk in great, because you are living intentionally in purpose. All right. I love you guys. Y'all have a wonderful Sunday and a wonderful rest of your life. I'm not playing. All right now.